Game, set, match.
Okay, we can kinda see where they're coming from. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 animated villains with understandable motivations. For this list, we're looking at the villains from animated movies whose backstories and personalities make us understand why they do what they do, even if we don't necessarily agree with how they go about it. Number 10, Wilson Fisk, also known as Kingpin, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I'd say it's nice to see you again, Spider-Man, but it's not.
Hey, Kingpin. How's business?
Booming!
Set in the titular Spider-Verse in which there are alternate universes, this animated flick introduces us to Wilson Fisk as a man who not only commands multiple supervillains, but who's also smart and resourceful enough to get his own particle accelerator built. He'll also kill anyone who gets in his way, including Spider-Man, with the teenaged Miles Morales witnessing the whole affair.
You're dead, Spider-Man.
It's hard not to feel some sympathy upon discovering that he's hoping to find other versions of his late son and wife, but the fact that he's willing to risk the lives of everyone in New York City by running the Super Collider again is another matter.
I can't wait to kill one more Spider-Man.
Holy man.
What?
Is this what you want, man?
What are you doing?
Stay away from
Vanessa?
Ultimately, Kingpin and his enforcers get their just desserts thanks to the new Spider-Man and his alternate versions.
And look behind you.
Number 9, Hades, Hercules.
Okay, fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
The god of the underworld, Hades is, despite his somewhat terrifying appearance, a pretty smooth and nice guy and not actually evil, from a mythological perspective at least.
Come on, Hades, don't be such a stiff. Join the celebration.
Hey, love to, babe. But unlike you gods lounging about up here, I regrettably have a full-time gig that you, by the way, so charitably bestowed on me, Zeus. So, can't. Love to, but can't.
Given the thankless task of ruling over and guiding the souls of the dead, while the other gods enjoy life on Mount Olympus, Hades is only out for revenge after being excluded by his peers and isolated for most of his immortal existence.
If only.
If there's one god you don't want to get steamed up, it's Hades.
Cause he had an evil plan.
In addition, he even maintains the bargains he makes, even if he sometimes uses them to his advantage. So while his revenge certainly threatens the Greek pantheon, as well as many lives, we get why he chose such a titanic response.
Brothers! Titans! Look at you in your squalid prison! Who put you down there?
Number 8, Rex Dangervest, the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
No one came for me. I was left behind, forgotten, while the rest of my so-called friends danced and sang at the hands of a monster.
All he wanted was for his existence to be remembered. Unfortunately, Rex crashed his spaceship into an asteroid field and found himself all alone and left behind a clothes dryer. This caused Rex to evolve into Radical Emmett Extreme, which is actually a future version of Emmett seeking revenge and the bringing about of Armageddon.
I got myself a new vest, a new head of hair, and a petulant attitude towards everything that's lame.
So can we really blame him for going back in time to save Emmett from a similar fate and trying to convince his past self to become like him?
The name's Rex. Rex Dangervest. Galaxy defending archaeologist. Cowboy. Raptor trainer who likes building furniture, busting heads, and having chiseled features previously hidden under baby fat.
We guess not, but we can certainly blame him for the way he went about it. Not only does Rex lie about being a galaxy-defending archaeologist, cowboy, and raptor trainer, but he also recruits a raptor army and pushes Emmett behind a clothes dryer in an attempt to ensure his future existence. Number 7, Captain Hook, Peter Pan. As a pirate captain and possible murderer, there's no denying that Hook is a villain through and through.
Now let me see, where was I?
Oh, dear, Captain Hook.
Yet his arch-enemy Peter Pan isn't much better, given his own somewhat sinister actions, like luring children away from their families to Neverland.
Up to Neverland!
In addition, Pan cut off Hook's hand in a duel and fed it to a crocodile, which now pursues Hook, leaving him constantly in fear for his life and unable to get over the trauma of being disfigured.
Good form, Mr. Smee.
Blast good form! Did Pan show good form when he did this to me?
I Captain. Cutting your hand off was only a childish prank, you might say.
Hook's pursuit of Pan is sympathetic, even if the man himself is not. Number 6. Ursula, the Little Mermaid. Speaking of villains fond of bargains, Ursula is a sea witch who is in the practice of creating contracts with poor unfortunate souls, including our heroine Ariel.
You poor unfortunate soul! Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much, just your voice.
While her actions are undoubtedly bad, it's mentioned that she was cast out by Triton, Ariel's father, whose draconian standards drive his own daughter away too.
Banished and exiled and practically starving, while he and his flimsy fish folks celebrate.
So Ursula is mostly motivated by a desire for revenge on the king who banished her. Also, Ursula is upfront with Ariel about what her deal entails, and it's Ariel's fault for not reading the fine print.
You see? The contract's legal, binding, and completely unbreakable, even for you.
So while this villain may sink to murky depths, we understand why. Number 5. Gabby Gabby, Toy Story 4.
My name is Gabby Gabby, and this is my very good friend, Vincent.
Oh, Woody, pleasure to meet you.
Much like Lotso in the previous film, Gabby Gabby is a toy that has grown bitter about not being wanted and takes out her anger on those around her.
She replaced us. Come on.
No, she only replaced you.
She replaced all of us, didn't she?
Unlike Lotso, Gabby Gabby wasn't lost and replaced. She was born broken when a manufacturing defect left her with a malfunctioning voice box, leaving her stuck and unsold in an antique shop for over 6 decades.
Kid? Toys around here don't have kids. Are you two lost?
Lost? No, but we are looking for a lost toy.
While the circumstances under which she was created and found herself in second chance antiques were beyond her control, the way in which she led the rest of her life and took on several ventriloquist dummies to do her dirty work are under her control.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can, boys.
Woody, behind you!
Luckily, with some guidance from Woody and his friends, Gabby is able to change her life for the better. Number 4. Dawn Bellwether, Zootopia.
Well, this is so exciting, actually. I mean, well, you know, I never get to do anything this important.
But you're the assistant mayor of Zootopia.
Oh, I'm more of a glorified secretary.
The browbeaten, overworked assistant mayor of Zootopia, Bellwether hatches a plan to create a panic among the populace of the city about predator animals in order to rise to power and create a society dominated by prey.
Well, you should have just stayed on the carrot farm, huh? It really is too bad. I did like you.
Bellwether's plan is motivated by her experiences being mistreated by predators. Although her desire to create a society dominated by one demographic is wrong and can easily be paralleled in the real world, she's right to want to address the kind of discrimination and abuse she experienced among other citizens to make Zootopia a better place.
So that's it. Prey fears predator and you stay in power?
Yeah, pretty much.
It won't work.
Fear always works.
Number 3. Shenzi, Banzai, and Ed, the Lion King.
Idiots! There will be a king!
Hey, but you said,
I will be king!
The hyenas of the savannah, and in particular a bumbling trio of them, act as Scar's soldiers in his coup against Mufasa.
yeah, what are you supposed to do? Kill Mufasa?
Precisely.
Though we get where the evil lion is coming from too, his hench hyenas are definitely more sympathetic. Scar wins them over with promises of all the food they can eat, which is something they're denied under Mufasa.
I will be king. Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again.
While it's implied that they're harmful to the circle of life, Mufasa could have done more to help them understand that, instead of forcing them all to live in a dusty elephant graveyard. So while Scar commits murder out of a lust for power, the hyenas just want to eat.
Hey, to bring us anything to eat, Scar? Old buddy, old pal, huh? Did you?
I don't think you really deserve this.
Number 2. Shere Khan, The Jungle Book.
Run!
Run?
Why should I run?
Why should you run? Could it be possible that you don't know who I am?
An urbane and commanding tiger, Shere Khan is the undisputed king of the jungle and the Jungle Book. During the course of the story, he pursues the young man-cub protagonist Mowgli relentlessly. However, it's established that Shere Khan fears both fire and firearms, both of which are associated with man and therefore Mowgli.
Sooner or later, Mowgli will meet Shere Khan.
The tiger? What's he got against the kid?
Shere Khan is right to fear humans, as they are a threat to him and the other jungle residents, particularly since Mowgli ends up using fire against him. We can understand why he would try to hunt down something that could be a serious threat to him. Before we get to our most sympathetic #1 pick, because hey, we kinda get it, here are a few honorable mentions.
We know about the portal, and we think that it's time you sent all these monsters home.
I couldn't agree with you more. It is time to put an end to the curse that I have brought upon myself and this world.
What I ever did, I did to make you proud. Tell me how proud you are, Chifu. Tell me.
Back when the arcade first opened, Turbo Time was by far the most popular game. And Turbo...
Turbo-tastic!
Well, he loved the attention.
Turbo-tastic!
Mother knows best. Take it from your mumsy. On your own, you won't survive. Sloppy, underdressed, immature, clumsy, please. They'll eat you up alive.
Edgar? Adelaide, you mean to say you're leaving a vast fortune to Edgar? Everything you possess? Stocks, bonds, this mansion, your country chateau, our treasures, jewels?
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. #1, Syndrome, The Incredibles.
No, I'm a new superhero. I'm Syndrome!
A supervillain who murders superheroes with his killer robots, Syndrome is definitely not a good guy. However, he used to be Mr. Incredible's #1 fan, named Buddy. When his hero rejected him and his attempts at heroism, it drove the young boy to despise heroes.
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
It tore me apart. But I learned an important lesson. You can't count on anyone, especially your heroes.
He began developing inventions so that he could sell them to everyone, so that, in his words,
so that everyone can be superheroes. Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Syndrome's murders and borderline sociopathy aren't conscionable in the least, but being let down by your hero, which Evelyn Dever, otherwise known as Screenslaver, also experiences in The Incredibles 2, is something a lot of us can understand and relate to.
So, like a child, Winston conflates the two. Mommy and Daddy went away because supers went away. Our sweet parents were fools to put their lives in anybody else's hands. Superheroes keep us weak.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.